What is going on, guys? Welcome back. In this video today, we're going to fill out the Stack Overflow Survey 2023 together, or at least I'm going to fill it out and you can watch if you're interested in that. Maybe you want to go and fill it out yourself after watching the video. Maybe you just want to see the process, or maybe you want to see what technology I'm using and what my preferences are. So let us get right into it. Alright, so here we have it, the Stack Overflow Developer Survey for the year 2023, and this is actually the first time I'm taking the survey myself, mainly because I missed the deadlines throughout the last couple of years. I always wanted to take the survey, but I never realized that it's now live because they don't seem to announce it in a huge way. Maybe I'm blind, but I've never seen on Stack Overflow all over the page some banners saying the survey is now live, take it if you want to. It seems like something that you have to actively seek out, or you have to read their blog on a regular basis. I was actively seeking it out because I wanted to do it, and I also wanted to make a video about it because maybe you guys are interested in my answers, you want to see the process of this, and of course maybe you want to do it yourself because this survey is actually open to everyone. I will hopefully provide the link in the description down below. You can just take it for free. You don't have to be someone special. You can just give your answers. Unless the only exception is, I think, if you are part or if you're located in one of those blocked countries here, maybe you can then do it with some VPN or something. But that is, I think, the only exception. Other than that, you can just take the survey, which is what I'm going to do here now. And it's going to be like a blind let's play. I don't know what exactly the questions are going to be. I don't know the structure of the whole interface. I know roughly what the survey is about because we have also looked through the 2022 results on this channel already. So I know what the direction is. It's about assessing popular technologies. What do you use? How much do you like it? And stuff like that. But other than that, I don't know exactly what this survey is about. So we're going to explore this together. I'm just going to click here on take the survey now. Maybe we want to go in full screen here. And then I'm just going to give you my honest opinions or answers to the questions here. So let's read the instructions. Hello world. Thank you for taking the survey. 7 sections. Second, third, fourth, and fifth are randomly ordered. So those, I don't know if we had an artificial intelligence section already in 2022. I'm pretty sure we didn't have one in 2021. So maybe this is a new section, or maybe it was already part of 2022. So we have education, work, career, technology, tech culture, Stack Overflow usage, AI, and then also some other stuff here. All right, so 15 minutes to complete. Sounds good. Let's get right into it. So you consent to providing information. I agree, of course. Basic information. Most questions in this section are required. Okay. Okay, so this is the first question. Which of the following options best describes you today? For the purpose of the survey, a developer is someone who writes code. Okay, so basically everyone who writes code is a developer. Okay. I'm a developer by profession. I would definitely say that this is true because I'm also doing freelancing. So what else would I be? I'm learning to code. I mean, I'm always learning, but I think I'm past the learning stage as my main thing. So I think that developer by profession describes me better than learning. Not primarily a developer. This is definitely not true. I used to be a developer is also not true. I code primarily as a hobby is also not true. So it's definitely the first one. I am a developer by profession. What is your age? I'm currently 24, so I would belong to this category here. Then, which of the following best describes your current employment status? Select all that apply. Okay, so I'm not employed full-time, not employed part-time. I'm an independent contractor, freelancer, or self-employed. By the way, you can check out the services section at neural9.com if you need something. A little self-promotion here. Not employed, looking for work, no. Student, full-time as well. So I'm a freelancer. I'm also a master's student in university. I hope student doesn't mean like high school. I hope this means university student. But I think that makes sense. Which best describes your current work situation? I basically do almost 100% remote. I would say like 99.9% remote, so I will go with that. Which of the following best describes the code you write outside of work? Select all that applies. So everything that's outside of work, I mean, how is that outside of work? The code you write outside of work, I mean, freelance contract work is work, right? So how would that be something outside of work? And how would, okay, I mean, this is outside of work, sure, but I mean, I'm going to check that, but for me, that's work. Like, that's the main thing I do other than YouTube and content production is basically freelancing, which is my work. So yeah. Odd question. Maybe they mean like full-time employment or something. I also code as a hobby, definitely. I didn't contribute to open source yet. Bootstrapping a business. I mean, they probably mean SaaS, so no. Professional development, no. I don't code outside work, no. Okay. AI. This section will focus on AI usage in sentiment. Most questions are optional. Okay. Artificial intelligence AI tools have gained prominence recently. Okay, the following questions asked your perspective on Stack Overflow using AI technology to improve the current experience, for example, by using AI to suggest better titles for your questions. Oh, this might be interesting actually. For your response, consider these sorts of improvements to the experience with on Stack Overflow and not the presence or absence of content generated by AI and posted on Stack Overflow. So I think they're referring to this ChatGPT thing where people were posting answers generated by ChatGPT and they want to say, okay, don't rate this. The question is a different one. So what is your opinion on Stack Overflow using AI tools to improve the current experience? What could AI help with most to improve Stack Overflow? Well, I mean, I have to give a free text answer. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I thought it's just going to be checkboxes. But basically, what's your opinion on Stack Overflow using AI tools? I think the usage of AI tools can be very promising if used in the correct places. As you mentioned, I mean, I don't want to write an essay here, but as you mentioned, suggesting better titles would be a good idea. Also, I think I'm just giving some quick answer here, improv answer. I don't know, maybe I have to think about this deeply to get to a good answer, but I'm just going to say now what I think could be useful in Stack Overflow is when you ask a question, you maybe already get some AI hint as to what might be the problem. So also I think using AI to give solution hints before the actual question is posted might reduce the amount of unnecessary questions. Now, unnecessary questions meaning that if the AI can give you a quick solution, you don't have to ask the question to real people. So if I want to know how to install GIMP on my Linux machine, I don't have to ask this on Stack Overflow. I don't know how many people are doing that, but you can just ask the AI. The AI is going to tell you, okay, if you're on Ubuntu, you write sudo apt install GIMP, and that's it. So you don't need to ask this unnecessary question. I don't know. This is just going to be my answer now. Do you currently use AI tools in your development process? Yes, this is mainly what I do. So hard yes. How favorable is your stance on AI tools, on using AI tools as part of your development workflow? So favorable meaning probably how much I approve of it, how much I think it's good. I would say it's favorable because at the end of the day, if you use it incorrectly, of course, it's going to be ineffective. So, I mean, not ineffective, but if you use ChatGPT, for example, or Copilot to write large pieces of code that you don't understand at all, it's very problematic because you don't exactly know what's happening. You're not using your own intelligence. I think the right way to use AI tools is to just speed up stuff that you know exactly how to do, but you don't want to do it. So, for example, you have to write some basic HTML form with an endpoint and a Flask, and this HTML form should interact with this endpoint in a certain way, and you exactly know what the code would be, but you don't want to type it out. So what you do is you ask ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot, they give you the code, you look through it, and you're satisfied. So if you use it correctly, I would actually go with very favorable. I just think that favorable is a better answer because a lot of people are just misusing it and using it to write code that they don't understand at all. So, oh, sorry about that. So in this case, I think that it's not optimal. What else do we have here? For the AI tools you use as part of your development workflow, what are the most important benefits you're hoping to achieve? When I'm using AI, I mean definitely increase productivity, greater efficiency. Improve collaboration seems like actually this is going the opposite way. I think when I use AI, I'm collaborating less with humans because I'm asking an AI instead of colleagues or something, or business partners. Speed up learning to some degree, because oftentimes when there's a very complex concept, I like to ask ChatGPT to explain it to me in simple terms. And sometimes this works, so I would say this is also a good use case. Improve accuracy in coding is something that I would never trust GPT to do at all. So definitely not. Yeah, I think those are good answers. How much do you trust the accuracy of the output from AI tools as part of your development workflow? Somewhat distrust. It depends. I mean, GPT 3.5 would be highly distrust. GPT-4 would be somewhat trust, but also not always. So I would rather go with somewhat distrust at the moment, at least. Which parts of your development workflow are you currently using AI tools for, and which are you interested in using AI tools over the next year? So what am I actually using AI for? Learning about a code base, yes. Project planning, not really. Writing code, yes. Documenting code, probably at some point when I have to document something. Debugging and getting help, definitely. Testing code, no. I don't know how to test code with. I mean, of course, you have certain tools that write automated tests, but at the end of the day, the test, I mean, this would be writing code. I mean, you're not writing tests, you're testing the code. So I don't use AI tools for that. Committing and reviewing code, no. Deployment monitoring, no. Collaborating with teammates, no. I mean, this is interesting. Why would I specify something here and then click on not interested in using? This seems kind of odd. Thinking about how your workflow and process changes over time, how similar or different do you anticipate your workflow to be 1 year from now as a result of AI tools you're currently using? Think about how you... I mean, I don't know if anything is going... I mean, of course, if new technologies come along, this might be different, but I don't think that this is the question that is being asked, because it says, thinking about how your workflow and process changes, I would basically say similar, and similar. I don't know what should change other than new AI technology enabling change. So I would go with this one. Please describe how you would expect your workflow to be different, if at all, in 1 year as a result of AI advancements. Oh, as a result of AI advancements, that's a different thing now. Provided that we get even more accurate and stronger language models, e.g. GPT-5, I can definitely see myself trusting the results more and outsourcing larger components of applications fully to AI. I would say this is definitely true. Now we get to Stack Overflow usage and community. This shouldn't be too long because I'm not using Stack Overflow that much. I mean, I read Stack Overflow, but I'm not writing on it. I'm not asking questions. So which of the sites have you visited? Stack Overflow, basically, and Stack Exchange. Yeah. Then how frequently would you say you visit Stack Overflow? A few times per week, almost daily. I mean, it depends. When I'm coding, if we take daily in terms of coding days, because I don't code every single day, because sometimes I have different stuff to do, but I code almost every day, and every day I code, I basically have to use Stack Overflow for some minor thing at least. So I would say this is my usage. Do you have a Stack Overflow account? I do have one. I don't know if it's actually active. I created one at some point. So I will say not sure, because I don't know if it's still active, but I do have one, I think, somewhere. But I don't use it, which is probably what the question is asking. Do you consider yourself a member of the Stack Overflow community? I would say I'm neutral on this, because a member, I read Stack Overflow and I look for solutions there, but I don't really participate. So I wouldn't say no, though, because I'm using it so much that it feels like I'm part of this coding community that is the Stack Overflow community, but I'm not really contributing. So neutral. Education, work, and career. Let's go. Which of the following best describes your highest level of education? Bachelor's degree in computer science. How do you learn to code? Books, definitely. Where's YouTube? There you go. Other online resources, and not really that much, but part of it is also university. Yeah, books, videos, blogs, and university. That's probably how I learn. What online resources do you use to learn to code? Yeah, I mean, somehow blogs, online books, how-to videos, video-based online courses. I mean, yeah, partly. Online challenges to some degree, written tutorials, Stack Overflow, and do we have documentation here? I'm going to say documentation of libraries. Including any education, how many years have you been coding in total? I started coding at the age of 9. I'm now 24. So the difference is obviously 15. Is that correct? I think so, right? Because if yeah, 15. I'm good at math. I'm not good at calculating. I mean, I don't know. Do you say calculating in English? In German, in my native language, there are two different terms. One is math, the actual math, like deducing stuff, and the other thing is just calculation, where you basically just add numbers, and I kind of suck at calculation. So 15 should be right. Then which of the following describes your current job? The one you do most of the time. I mean, I would say content creator if that's the question, but if we're staying in development, I would say freelance developer. The question is what kind of developer? I mean, backend to some degree. I'm doing some Flask work and I'm doing some web application stuff and some web scraping, but I would actually say I'm a data scientist primarily. Difficult. So I would say this is, I mean, the thing is that this is what I am actually, but I get a lot of requests for freelancing that are not necessarily machine learning or data science. So oftentimes I will do a gig that's, I don't know, web scraping or automation of something, which is not necessarily data science or machine learning, but I still would call myself a data scientist and machine learning specialist because that is what I'm doing. And in a sense, this is also what this channel is about, even though I do also other stuff. I think that is the most accurate description. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not front-end, so it would be otherwise developer back-end or, yeah. I think this is actually the best one, data scientist. When thinking about new technology purchases at your organization, are you more likely to be given a short list of product services to evaluate or be told to... When thinking about new, I mean, I'm a one-man business. I don't purchase any technology, so... I would just say other, I don't know. When buying a new tool or software, how do you discover and research available solutions? Sometimes I do a free trial. Research companies, read ratings, definitely that. Visit developer communities, definitely that. And this. And I will also specify, this is super important, when I want to have an opinion on something, like what's the best tool for XYZ, I will always go to Reddit. Because there you get the actual answer from people that are doing what you're trying to do. Reddit almost never disappoints me when it comes to finding the best something. Where do you live? Austria. Where is Austria? There you go. Tech and tech culture is the next category here. Which programming, scripting, and markup languages have you done extensive development work in over the past year? And which do you want to work in over the next year? If you both worked with a language and want to continue to do so, please check both boxes in that row. Okay, so extensive work for me means that over the past year also means that I'm using it on a regular basis extensively throughout the past year. So definitely this applies to Python. I don't think that this is a question. Python and Python. Unfortunately, I don't do this because I want to. I do this for university, but I mean R, but I'm not going to check the second one. So R is a language that I don't really like, but I had to work a lot with it in the past year. C, I use C and I use also C++, but not extensively, so I wouldn't mark those. What else do we have here? I mean, Bash, all shells. I mean, yeah, for some automation stuff, but not really extensively as part of a project or something. Same thing for Go. Java, I have been using Java, thankfully not extensively throughout the last year. I have been using Java a lot over the last couple of years, but not in the last year, so I'm not going to check that. That's actually it. Okay, this is just programming languages, right? I mean, HTML, of course. JavaScript, of course. And I don't really want to work with it next year, but I have to, probably. Lua, maybe for Vim config. Do we have Vim script here? No, okay. Scala. I mean, I've worked with a couple of languages here and there, but extensively, not really. So I would say those are my answers here. Which database environment have you done extensive development work with? Not too many. I would say primarily SQLite. Postgres to some degree. I'm going to check it. Other than that, I have worked with Mongo. I have worked with MS SQL. I have worked with Neo4j and with MySQL, but not extensively, which is the question. So this is my answer. Which cloud platforms? I don't think that I've used any cloud platforms extensively. I've used Heroku, I've used Google Cloud to some degree, but extensively I don't use cloud platforms at the moment. Oh, the question was also, sorry about this, the question was also, what do you want to do? So I would like to work with Mongo, and I would like to, yeah, I mean, Neo4j, I'm not sure if I want to. I don't want to say something that's not true. So I'm going to go with Mongo, want to, and with I want to learn about AWS and I want to learn about the Google Cloud Platform, just because I really don't have a clue how these things work. Web frameworks and technology. This is easy. Django, Flask, jQuery. That's it though, I think. I mean, fast API, not extensively. Yeah, I guess this is the answer then. Which other frameworks and libraries? I think we also have NumPy and stuff like this here, right? So which other frameworks or libraries have you done extensive development work with? Spark, I'm currently using Spark, but not extensively. So Hadoop, same thing for Hadoop, but not extensively. Keras, definitely. NumPy 100%, OpenCV 100%, Pandas 100%, scikit-learn 1000%, TensorFlow of course, PyTorch. I've not worked with PyTorch extensively yet, but I want to, so I'm going to check it here. Besides that, I mean, Hugging Face, Transformers, yes, sure. Yeah, I think that's it. Which developer tools for compiling, building, and testing have you done extensive development work in over the past year? Docker, and I hope to continue to do that. Make. Pip. I mean, Pip is a build tool? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think that's it. So, oh, Chocolatey. I mean, oh, this also includes stuff like apt. Okay, apt, and then also DNF if it exists. It doesn't. Or the Pacman for Arch distros. Sure. Yeah, I would say that's it. Which development environments did you use regularly? Oh, this is a good one. So I use on a regular basis Jupyter Notebook and Jupyter Lab, which is also IPython essentially. I use Notepad++ a lot. I use, unfortunately, RStudio. I hope to not use it anymore in the future. I use Vim like crazy. Where is actually PyCharm? Oh, there it is. PyCharm, NeoVim, of course. And I think that's it, actually. Oh, VS Code. Sure. That's it. What is the primary operating system in which you work? It's changing at the moment. It was Windows for a long time, also with the Windows subsystem for Linux. But at the moment, it's actually Pop! OS on my laptop, and I'm also planning to replace it on my, I bought a second SSD drive to put Pop! OS there so that I don't have to use Windows all the time. So I would say that the answer is, I mean, it's Ubuntu based, but I'm just going to go with other Linux based. I'm going to specify Pop! OS. Which collaborative work management code documentation tools do you use? Probably just Git. I mean, Git is not, okay, it's actually not that. I am using Notion, but not for collaboration. And I am using, it doesn't have OneNote here, right? Okay. Communication tools, Discord, Google Meet, Zoom, Teams, Slack, definitely. Yeah. And WhatsApp, yeah, sure. And Telegram, occasionally. Which AI-powered search tools did you use? ChatGPT, of course, and Wolfram Alpha. Which AI-powered developer tools did you use regularly? Copilot, occasionally. Tab9, occasionally. They were a sponsor of this channel a while ago. And I think that's it. How do you feel about the length of the survey this year? Appropriate. How easy or difficult was the survey to complete? Easy. Finish and submit responses. So that's it. This is the Stack Overflow Developer Survey. I'm excited what the results are going to be. Feel free to take the survey yourself. You will find it, as I said, hopefully in the description down below. Let me know what answer you found interesting or surprising, what your answer would be in that particular, or for that particular question. And yeah. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hope you learned something. If so, let me know by hitting a like button and leaving a comment in the comment section down below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell to not miss a single future video for free. Other than that, thank you much for watching. See you in the next video and bye.